so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The mad scientist lab.
Some people may be proud, some people may be distraught. But at the end of the day, you're still an American. So happy birthday. And the best way to kick off America's birthday, all right, is with the 341st episode of the Mad Scientist Lab podcast with Jared Lee and RJ.
Boobies.
And yes, the bazookas, as we like to call them here in the States.
Those are really bazookas. Those are nice.
Those are they are very
I don't think
nice.
those are like even real. I don't even know who that is. Like,
Well, it doesn't matter.
she's a
who it
very
is.
nice young lady, whoever she is.
Very patriotic, as we
Yes.
can tell from here.
We
So
talk about plenty of times what patriotic means these days.
And so, so me and Jared have already had kind of quite the day here on the 4th of July.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, so Jared and I just returned from Nats Park, all right? We went to go see, nothing screams America like baseball, beer, and hot dogs. Also, non-alcoholic beer, +1 for me. Yeah, I know, it's very...
No, you're fine. You're cool.
It can be considered...
Like, this
questionable.
motherfucker asked. They asked me, it's like, do they have mocktails? I was like, motherfucker.
That was my sister.
Either way,
Yeah.
whoever asked, I was like, I don't know. I don't ask for mocktails at a fucking baseball game.
As Jared was picking up his 10-pound brew out of his hand, chugging it, he was like, I don't know what that pussy shit is. Watch the game. Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's Jared's response, not only to my family, but everything. And you know what the good thing about family is I got to take my family to Nats Park today. My mom and sister got to join me and Jared for quite an adventure. And do you know what's important when you leave your
It was fun.
Yeah, we had a good time. But do you know what's important when you leave your household, ladies and gentlemen? Your house keys, okay? By the grace of God and Jared's acrobatic skills, we are here back in the lab.
Okay, that
Okay.
sounded racist.
Well,
Acrobatic skills. All I did was open the fucking gate, walk, and pull the door.
Okay, so let's get to how we got to that point. Okay, so we had the game was early today. It was 11 o'clock first pitch. So we had to get up relatively early to go to the park.
Oh, don't forget about who threw the first pitches.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'll get to that.
All right,
I'll get
all
to
right,
that.
all right.
So I get up early. You know, Jared gets up early. Family gets up early. Get ready. So we decided to Uber to the park today. One, because I don't know about
Number
you guys.
one, not my choice of transportation to a baseball game. Everybody who knows me knows how we get there. John, you know, Epic, you know how we get there.
Yeah, but the reason we didn't decide to take the Metro today, and this was me thinking kind of, at least I think logically, it's very hot outside. It's hot all over the country. Here in the DMV, it's been hitting triple digits with the heat index. It's been fucking
No, it's
miserable.
triple digits without the heat index.
Oh, even worse. Okay, so it's hot as balls, all right?
It was like I asked one of my bits, but I asked Alexa the other day. She was like, "Yeah, the heat index is like it's going to be 121 tomorrow." And I was like, "What the fuck? Are we in fucking goddamn Death Valley, California?"
Dude, I am expecting to wake up tomorrow morning, look out my window, and probably see the Pyramid of Giza. All right, that's how.
Well,
damn
no,
hot.
they got dry heat though. Like,
Oh, that's fair. We have that nasty swamp ass heat, which is occurring 100%.
and everybody from the country is here right now.
Yeah. There's quite a few
people from
folks.
everywhere.
Yeah, there's people that are not from the metro area currently visiting, obviously for the celebrations that they're having down.
Celebration, summer break, all that shit.
So we decided to Uber. One, I thought the metro would be packed and super hot down there. It would probably be hot in the metro.
No, it's cooler, brother.
I know it's underground. I know
Underground is what's the temperature? Is regulated at 58. No, not 58. It's 56. It's 52 or 56 degrees. I know that from auto mechanics, like, because that's how you learn like about stoichiometric ratio, which is the air to fuel ratio.
Yeah.
But then underground, because you learn about that because the tanks from gasoline is underground. That's why you're supposed to get your gas at night because the tubes and all this other shit. But yeah, so it's like 50 something degrees all the time underground. So it wouldn't have been hot.
Well, I didn't think.
And the cars have AC.
This is fair. This is fair. I was more so. I was worried about the crowd of people. You know, my mom is with me. I didn't want her to be overwhelmed for any reason.
I get it.
And I figured, I was like, hey, an Uber's not going to be too bad. And in all fairness, we did get there in like 20 minutes.
That's unnatural.
Yes.
It's because the game was so early. Number one. Number two. Yeah. Because the game was early on a Saturday. I think if we took the train either way, both ways, we would have been fine. Yeah, going there was definitely fine. I thought we were going to get closures and all that shit because I drove through there, not the city, but through that area, like 495, the day before, and we'll get to that later. But I thought there was going to be a lot more traffic than there was, which goes to show you this fucking Great American Fair or whatever the fuck this shit is called. It's not.
I wish we could have attended.
That's funny that the driver asked us about that.
Well, I mean, dude, politics aside, I mean, it is supposed to showcase, you know, all the states and what they've done for the country and stuff like that. So
I know what you're saying.
It's geared towards families and things like that. I mean,
but I've seen videos where motherfuckers, the states are, the people representing aren't even at the fucking booth. So
yeah, so if you're seeing something like that, and I will say this, I know,
and there's multiple of them. You can see that there's nobody there, there's nobody there, there's nobody there.
So I think the biggest issue with it really is they opened this thing up like over a week ago or just about a week.
Yeah, they didn't tell anybody about it.
Yeah, so like I think they just opened the fair like way too early. I feel like if they opened it yesterday or something like that, I feel like the crowds would be. I just feel like it would be more busy.
The weather fucked it up.
And the weather is not being friendly either. They even closed it down during the day yesterday until 5 p.m. because of how hot it was. So you got to be safe. You want to have fun, but you got to be safe.
Fairfax canceled their
parade. Their parade
and delayed. And the guy was telling us that the fucking fireworks in D.C. aren't even going to happen until like 12 o'clock. Tonight.
Yeah, that's wild. I'm hoping to catch maybe something on TV or something here in the area from my window because I don't want to be back out in the heat.
I'm not going nowhere.
So what I was going to say is, so we decided to Uber. And my mom, before we leave, she says, hey, RJ, do you have your house key? And I said, I can bring it. She said, no, don't worry. I'll bring mine. Those were her exact words. Sure, Mom, no problem. 3 minutes later, Jared arrives, Uber arrives, hop in, ready for a fun-filled day. 10 minutes into our 20-minute ride, my mother looks over to me and says, RJ, do you have the house key? No, Mother, I thought you did. No, RJ, I don't. Well, Mother, looks like we're locked out of our home. So, before anything, we're in the car.
First of all, can I interject, please?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
So, the driver, not that this really has anything to do with it, but it does a little bit. The driver was a black man. I am a black man. We're both in the front seat. They're in the back going over this whole house key thing. And we're just like, and this motherfucker, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, bro, turn the radio on. Turn the radio on. He doesn't turn the radio on. We're just like, hey, stay out of white people's shit.
Yeah. It's one of those things. So not only are we 10 minutes into our day, we are already locked out of the house.
And these motherfuckers not yelling at each other, but I was like, bro, like, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
Literally, as we're crossing one of the bridges, I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, RJ, just say, hey, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. That would have been perfect timing.
Yeah, no, well, I was trying to think of multiple ways to break into my own home. Okay. Safely, bear in mind but Jared's right.
Mind you, I had the first way to do it.
Yeah,
I knew that shit was not locked.
And I'm glad it wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, so long story short,
don't say what it was,
but we got so we find out we're locked out of the house. So it's like, you know what? We're gonna cross that bridge when we get back to the house.
Mm-hmm.
But right now we're gonna enjoy the baseball game and anything that's going on. The Washington Nationals, the Red Hot Bats, #1 scoring in the league, and today, just like they do to me and Jared on occasion, they stunk up the joint. What is wrong with our pitching? Good God.
Well, James Wood didn't stink up the joint.
No. So, and to make it worse, to make the losses happen in baseball, it's okay. But James Wood, who is red hot right now, literally first at bat.
And C.J. Abrams is also hot.
Yes,
He's
he is
got,
as well.
He's got the most
RBIs.
RBIs in the NL since since any. I saw the record the other day, but he's got a lot. We got the best offense in baseball right
Yes. And so James Wood goes up to bat, first at bat for the Nats. Lead-off home run. Literally smacks
First
one.
pitch they got.
Yeah, first pitch they got. He smacks one to the upper deck. What was it, 400 and some odd?
428.
428 feet. And we're like, oh, yeah, here we go. We're about to watch this happen. And then we watched our pitchers.
I knew it was too early.
Yeah, it's okay.
See, here's my thing with and I'm not a manager. I don't know how this shit works enough. I don't really like him leading off. Like for me, I think he's more. He could be a cleanup hitter. And yes, do you want? I don't know. Maybe again. The manager probably knows better. They may have some cleaner up guys because Abrams is a good cleanup guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously. But that could also be the order. Fucking Wood could be, if you put Abrams up front.
Yeah.
And he just gets on base, and then Wood and a couple other guys get on base, and then Wood comes in the same place that Abrams comes in. What are we talking about? Like he could have the same shit. But he's hitting home runs. Not Abrams ain't really smacking home runs.
And a homer with a few bases loaded is always a good thing for you.
Yeah, grand slam. Fucking every fucking. Come on, man. What are we? I don't know. I don't know what the logic is. Maybe it's because of the pitching, but whatever. It's working for them for the most part.
Yeah,
but I don't get it.
Well, and I will say this: nobody expected them to even be honestly remotely this relevant this far into the season.
No. And they're only in fourth, which they're not far behind the Phillies. If they didn't drop all those to the Marlins and they didn't drop all those to the Phillies, they'd probably be in firm second place.
Yeah,
firm second place because the Phillies are in a firm second place. And they won the last couple of games, but the Braves have been dropping off recently.
Yeah, no, I've seen that too.
And a lot of people are thinking that if the Nationals can just keep putting shit together, then they might be in contention.
There's a very slight possibility that if they can just somehow continue what they've been doing, but just improve in certain areas. Yeah, obviously, the pitching is the number one thing.
I don't even want to get there.
Then there's a possibility they could be a wild card team.
No, they'll definitely be a wild card team. I don't doubt that part at all. Whether they can get deep into the playoffs is a whole nother story. That's two different things, though.
That's fair. That's fair. But all in all, so we're at the park. We're watching the games, and it's still hot outside, and there's people all over the place. And so Jared is sitting behind me, and then like a Congo line of people decide they want to step over like 5 sets of stairs, or not stairs, seats.
Yeah, like, bro, I don't give a fuck. I get it. I was the only one in that row, and you were trying to get. But then there's a family of 3 or 4 people. Yes, there's kids there. So what? They can move.
Yeah.
The next row up, there's a couple people in there. So you choose. I'm trying not to do this, but you see the one lone black guy sitting there. Oh, we're going to go here as a bunch of white people and go down. I didn't even care. If they were on the same row, I wouldn't even care. If they were on the next row, I would not have cared. But they were 3 fucking rows down.
Yeah, they were like high-stepping those seats, man. It was like
that shit pissed me the fuck off. This is the type of shit that I'd be like, in my head, I'd be calculating shit. Like, now, was that some white privilege shit? Was that, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. But
this is the type of shit that happens that now I have to calculate in my head whether that was a thing. So that's why I want you to at least see what I'm dealing with.
I understand.
Okay.
I do. Okay. So we're at the park, and then we get to see. When we started the show, the original show, Jared was talking about how he loves mediocre white women. And
oh yeah, I was looking around. I was like, God damn. But then you look at him. But again, I'm telling you, I'm sorry. I'm buzzing.
That's okay. Whatever. It's the 4th of July. It's our birthday.
Like I'm looking around and I'm like, if I saw this chick on Instagram, she wouldn't be shit. But then I have to take it again, think in my head, I'm like, Instagram is not real.
No. It's one of the reasons I don't.
So
have
then
one.
I see these regular looking white women.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't. That's wrong. That's wrong to say. I like all women, no matter what they are.
You're doing good.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
digging out of the hole.
Yeah, you see me. Because then I don't know, man. There was just a lot of nice looking women, but then you like. Here's what I'll say. I won't even say white women versus whatever. I saw a lot of different ethnicities of beautiful women that you wouldn't think online would be beautiful women.
Yeah, see, the social media has like warped our perception.
It's fucked our brains up. Yeah.
So, you know, the one thing is you were like, you know, Instagram. One of the biggest reasons I don't have it, social media has like become this monster that I don't really want to be a part of anymore. Is I know that if I had an Instagram, I know that all it's on there is I'm going to be looking at ass all day, and probably various hobbies that I'm into. But I know a vast majority of it is for the gram. You know, it's like
mine is.
And as a guy who doesn't like a poster of a pretty girl on, whether you have a calendar on your wall at work or a background on a computer or screensaver, you know, it's eye candy. You know, it catches your eye, obviously. But so that's why I just stick to my Facebook. And even then, I only really just post the show now. I don't even post too much.
You were saying?
Yeah, see, I mean, that's nice to look at, but you're right. If we saw a woman like that, I guess we'll say somewhat of a high profile woman like that.
But this right here is what I'm talking about. This is one of the Instagram joints. So then I started thinking in my head, this is how you don't understand the amount of thoughts that go through my head at any given moment. At the same time, I'm watching F1. Because qualifying was going on at the same time, and the baseball game was going on, and I'm looking at everything that's going on around me, and I'm just like, at the same time, I'm like, she is like, what is a 10? Like, what is a 10 now? Because that is a 6, but it could be a 10. And my brain is warped at this point.
Yeah, so like I guess you know, we all are subject to this at this point, especially if you are on social media and you know your algorithm is filled with these kinds of things. Yeah, a 10 is somebody who's all dolled up and you know half naked and you know shapely and curvy and or it could be something completely different. You know, in terms of body build. Is what I was gonna say. Is it's like, oh, we're being told that this is what beauty is.
I love athletic women. Like,
yeah, I mean, yeah, who doesn't like
soccer players? Oh, I want to talk about that.
Yeah,
I want to. There's a bit that I kind of want to work through. I don't know. Did I talk about this, or I just tell somebody this? Like Trinity Rodman. We got to do that. I want to go to Washington Spirits game. By the way,
sure.
But Trinity Rodman, I'm always like, 'cause I'll see posts of her in my Facebook because she's on the Spirit and scoring goals. I'm like, damn, she's got some nice ass legs. But then I was thinking, I'm like, soccer players all have nice legs, but then they all have like little, because the World Cup is going on.
Yeah,
they all have like little ass arms.
And like big ass legs.
Big ass legs and little ass arms. The men too. And I just be like, like how they be playing, they be fucking all muscular, kicking the ball around, and their arms just flinging around like this the whole time. Like, because they don't use their arms.
Bro, it's quite the observation you've got there, Jerry.
I know.
No, but so to go back, like beauty is always going to be in the eye of the beholder, right? You're always going to, whatever is attractive to you, it might be attractive to you. Me and you might look at the same chick or like a celebrity and be like, oh yeah, she's hot. But at the same time, you're going to see average. I don't even say average. You're going to see everyday people, normal people is what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And those people can be just as beautiful in their own way. You're attracted to certain things. Whatever you're attracted to is all wired in your brain in some way, shape, or form.
I don't know. Legs I don't know where that came from, but I don't know.
I mean, yeah, no, who doesn't like nice legs? We might as well just become some sort of pornographic podcast.
Let's do it.
Sure. But no, like, what do you find a 10? Like,
No, we're not doing that.
What do you find to be a 10?
We got some pervs in this fan base. That
And
we
do you know
have
what's
here.
even crazier? No, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that.
Wait, what do you mean? You glad I said that we have some pervs?
No, I'm not glad that we have pervs in our fan base. No, I'm glad you brought up that point of pervy people online because that's all. If this lady posts this picture,
You want me to go back to her?
yeah, well, yeah, let's just take a look at her again. Look at those bazookas.
Okay, there you go.
I know, I'm just teasing, sort of. But no, if she were to post this picture on her own personal Instagram,
Happy 4th, everybody.
oh yeah, wait, we got our flags from the game. Oh, look at my flag. It's
Why do guys be from the game? Oh, well, they're definitely from the game.
well,
You got to hold the bottom for it to stay up.
we've got our American flags. What I was gonna
We're
say
not
is,
perving. We're just being patriotic.
we're not perving. We're patriotic.
Mhm.
So, but I can guarantee you, I would bet my last dollar on it that the moment she posts this, it's a thirst trap. You're gonna get all the weirdos in the comments.
Well, they also make money. A lot of them make money, so that's why they do the thirst trap.
That's fine, and more. I guess more power to them. They're making them. But then
Hot sauce lemonade.
yeah, dude. It's the name of the podcast, by the way.
I know. That's why I said I had to make sure I put it in there.
What you call it? Yeah, but it's going to be literally filled with old creepy ass dudes that really think that she's going to respond to them. Those are the funny ones, like, "Oh baby, I love you, marry me."
I don't do that, but like sometimes you do think like one day I'll meet her. And
I don't think like that. I'm sorry.
Maybe because you're a sane person. I'm not a sane person. I already know that I'm an insane person.
I wouldn't mind. I'm not privy to leaving a comment, but I'm not going to. It's going to do nothing for me.
Do you know how many comments I've started typing and just deleted?
I'm proud of you for doing that. Because
Although
I don't want.
I'm
you
not
to
gonna
be,
say. I'm not. Well, no.
I don't want you to be the oh baby, I love you.
No. I never do
no.
that. Never do that.
Yeah. So people do that, and it's
The
creepy
fuck?
as fuck because this person's not going to interact with you. Like if I had a fucking farts chance in a windstorm.
Hold on. Like, settle down.
I'm coming.
Sometimes I've actually seen recently there has been some people that they meet online, and like they meet for the first time. Like we've been dating. Weird to say that they've been dating and they have never met in person, but that does happen these days. Actually, it happened back in the fucking day of fucking AOL. People were doing that shit.
Yeah, and that's when the internet was fresh and new, and it was a whole new world to explore.
Yeah.
You know, and ways of
But
communicating.
people still meet online. I don't want to. People meet online.
Yeah.
Now, if they're fucking far apart, whatever. If they decide that they want to meet up later, then and they like each other, then that's fine. But I don't want to begrudge somebody for. I don't know what I'm saying.
That's okay.
I'm saying the opposite of where you say, well, if people meet online, even though they're never met, and then they eventually meet and they decide to be together, that's cool. But I know what you're saying at the same time, where it's like, you being a weirdo, you're never going to meet this person, whatever. But sometimes there can be a connection with somebody, but I guess you got to shoot your shot every time.
Yeah, no, and that's fair. I'm not saying don't shoot your shot. Like open mic comedy night every Tuesday down at Shooters.
Oh, right, nice.
Yeah, so cheap plug. What I was gonna say is, it doesn't for me. I know that if I left a comment under some thirst trap picture, like they're not. I don't care that they're getting paid for it. I know that I'm just fanning the flames. Like I'm just adding fuel to the fire, and then like as gorgeous as this person may be,
Stop being a bitch and just fucking give them money.
I'm not giving them money. I'm not giving them my money. I work way too hard for my money, only to give it to my
He
bills.
works hard for his money.
So hard for the money. But no, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But still, at the end of the day, stuff like this is always sex sells, but it's just on a grander scale nowadays. It's not just old dirty, Playboy magazines.
Does it sell this episode, ladies and gentlemen?
We will probably get more views because of that.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Just because everybody's like, oh, they're being patriotic. I mean, and this is very patriotic, by the way.
It is.
No, so we're at
She's a Trump supporter, though. I guarantee it.
It's cool. I mean, dude, it's fine. Like we can't allow that stuff to.
I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
if she let me hit, she can support who the fuck she wants to support.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because we're all people. We all have individual ideas and
Yes.
whatever the case may be.
We're all people.
We're all people. Speaking of people, so we decided to watch the game. Obviously, we're at the park, and the Nats are kind of getting their butts kicked at this point. It's like 7-1. It's top of the ninth inning. It's like, you know what?
Had to bring that up, didn't you?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but it happened. We watched it live.
Mm-hmm.
So it's time to leave the park. Now, granted, we still got to figure out how we're going to get inside the home, right? How are we going to get back into the air-conditioned unit that is this house? But before we get here, we have to get another Uber, which proved to be a little bit of a journey, a tad bit.
I knew it.
A little bit of a journey. You can't get picked up in front of the park. We all know that. I knew that.
Let's put it this way. Remember, I did tell you. Are you sure you want to do that?
Well, I'm glad we did.
Okay.
I'm so glad we did. But we still had to leave the park, okay, walk a couple blocks down the street, ask kind of for directions make sure we were going on the right street so we could get picked up. We had 2 drivers fake on us. And then by the time we got to waiting for the third guy, Jared made some friends from Texas while we were standing under a tree for a little bit of shade.
They had the 250. I was wondering where they got that, because a couple of them had the 250 Rangers hat. Because I was looking at the Nats hat.
Yeah.
With the W and the flag. A couple of them had the 250 Rangers hat. And I was wondering if they got it from our store, if they bought it with them.
It's possible. I couldn't see them. I mean, could you really see him selling a Rangers hat in the Nats?
I don't know. We didn't go in the store, so I don't know.
No, we didn't. We didn't, because we like the store, but things are a little pricey in the store.
But I as soon as I saw them, I was like, oh, there's 4 Mexican dudes. Then I looked, Rangers. Hey, you guys from Texas?
Yeah. Yeah, no, and they were really cool, and then we found out they were Cowboys fans, and
No, I knew, because as soon as they said Arlington, I was like, oh, God. I was like, I would say you're in enemy territory, but half the city is fucking Cowboys fans.
I will say this. The one gentleman that was talking to us the most, he did say he felt like he brought the heat from Texas up here to us. And so if we're going to blame anybody.
Brother, what I tried to explain to him is, yes, this is unusual heat all at once, but come next month, the end of this month, next month, this is what you're going to get.
Yeah, dude, around
this is
here.
normal for us.
Yeah, so it is just hot as fucking bacon outside.
Why do people think that just because we're in DC, we don't have fucking heat here? Like, what is that?
You know what's crazy? I don't know. Since I don't think like an out of towner, and this is like really generally the only weather I know, like, or weather patterns.
Okay, that makes sense.
Then I guess I wouldn't. So put it this way: I guess when I think of going to another place in the country, I'm gonna use Colorado for an example.
Colorado, I would think it'd be cooler.
Yes. So I would imagine cooler weather, something breezy, maybe a dry heat when it's hot, possibly.
Yeah, it's kind of deserty.
But I could get there and it could be like swamp ass in the Amazon for all I know. I doubt that it's like that. But no, I guess we all just have these
There's parts of
perceived things.
I've been in plenty of places in Texas. I used to live in Houston. I was telling the guy I used to live in Houston. He was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, me too. But Houston can get humid. Everybody's like, it's Texas, but then in the wintertime, it may be 40 degrees, but because it's humid, it feels colder than it would and 40 degrees dry. Because it's closer to the Gulf. Then you have in the Gulf of Mexico, not the Gulf of whatever the fuck everybody else wants to call it. Then you have Austin. Austin is, I think, humid and dry at the same time.
Yeah.
It can get hot there. I've been there plenty of times. I went to San Antonio in the wintertime. Both times it was winter-ish. It's pretty cool there, but I'm sure it gets hot there. But
Yeah.
Austin gets hot because it's farther south. I haven't really been too much farther south in Texas, but I've been to Yuma, Arizona in the summer.
So yeah, when I would
Hot
think,
as fuck.
Yeah, if you told me Arizona, I would immediately think it's hot as shit during the day and probably cold as shit at night.
Southern Arizona's hot as fuck. Northern Arizona, not so bad. It's more closer, I think, to like Colorado and shit like that. Nevada, summertime, hot as fuck. But at night, it's cool. You're fine. Here, these last few days has been fucking outrageous.
Yeah,
even at night.
Yeah, even at nighttime, it's like 90 plus degrees. Like
Yeah.
we're talking about like 9 o'clock at night too.
No. Motherfucker, it was 85 to 90 last night when I was out. And I was out probably around 10. The night before that, after my show at Magoobies, it was still 95, and it was like 12 o'clock by the time I got home. It was hot.
Yeah, dude, and it's ridiculous. We're not getting any. The only relief you're getting around here currently is if you are indoors.
Yeah, you have to be in air conditioning or you're fucked.
Yeah, you're going to be legit toast. Because even at nighttime, it's where you think you might have a little bit of relief. That has not been the case.
And even the Texas dudes were like, "Oh, this is why you guys are over here." I'm like, motherfucker, you don't have trees in Texas? And I'm like, I know you have trees in Texas. Well,
Yeah.
they don't have they don't have as big as trees. I think bigger trees. That's funny. I guess. Yeah, they don't have the same trees we have.
No, and I'm actually kind of glad that tree was where it was. Thank God for that tree that we were able to.
You know what happened? You've gotten older and you've forgotten what it is to be outside. Like, because when we were growing up, when we were playing outside, we were looking for the shade. And where is the shade?
Yeah.
Shade's under a tree.
Yeah.
And you just hung out under the trees.
Yeah, no, dude, those old school summer days in my youth. Man, take me back.
Same thing today. Like, and I was in New York a few weeks ago, and there ain't no fucking shade. There's trees, but it's not like, I don't know. DC's a little different than New York.
Yeah, it actually seems. I mean this from like. I don't know how I'm trying to say.
I've been traveling a lot recently. This is crazy.
I feel DC, like the streets are bigger even though they're narrow. Is that a fair assessment?
Compared to New York?
Yeah, I feel like New York streets are like just like a thinner, if that, like more linear.
Yes. Yes. They're linear would be a line, but
yeah, well, I'm
I know what you're saying.
Not as wide.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
They're definitely more structured, I'd say.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because there was times when I would look down the street in the middle of one street, and it's just a square, like just a row of buildings, like skyscrapers, and then the street. It looks like a sculpture.
All right.
You look down the street in DC, and like there's still space to look around. Like today where we were at, there's still like open area.
Yeah, no, that's kind of where my mind was at with that when I think of comparing the two, because I know overall New York City is bigger in comparison, obviously.
Oh yeah.
But just like the infrastructure, how it's laid out and everything.
Yeah, it's more Transformer looking, I guess it would be it.
That's pretty cool. Transformers is dope.
Yeah. Not the last few movies.
No, well, the last few. No, I don't even. When I do say Transformers, I am really referring to maybe just the first couple. Even after the first one, they were.
When I say
okay.
Transformers, I'm just talking about the cartoon at this point. I don't even fuck with the original movie, to be honest.
You know, I think
I don't know, man. My mind changes all the time.
Yeah.
And I
Well-
go in and out of
Well,
feelings of things.
I will say it is definitely. I remember seeing it in theaters. I remember seeing the first, I believe, 3 of them in theaters. But I do remember when the first one came out, and I was obviously in my early 20s. It was definitely one of those big summer blockbuster movies and stuff like that.
It was good.
It's a fun movie. I'm not saying it's excellent or anything like that. I will watch it. I will watch it.
Sorry.
My name is Optimus Prime.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Sam Witwicky.
Oh God.
What? That's how.
Let's
how
move
he
on.
would, that's how he would say it. So speaking of movies, yesterday there was 2 big milestone anniversaries for some of our favorite movies. 30 years ago today, or yesterday, July 3rd, Independence Day came out in theaters.
Oh, God.
Okay. Probably the
Obviously, because it's fucking 4th of July.
best. Yeah, no. So, but to think it's been 30 years since that movie came out, I still love to watch it. I'll probably watch it here in a little bit. But I remember going to see that in theaters.
Gay!
There's nothing gay about Bill Pullman delivering the greatest speech of all time. I know how we feel about Will Smith nowadays, but 90s Will Smith.
Still feel the same.
Yeah, 90s Will Smith.
I fuck with Harry Connick Jr., but half the motherfuckers that even watch this shit, or half y'all motherfuckers that even seen that movie, don't even know who Harry Connick Jr. is, which is fucking sad.
So I was thinking
he don't even know who he is, because that's why he didn't say anything.
if I saw him, I might know.
He's the guy who said what the fuck he said, light the fires and whatever the fuck. Burn the tires and light the fires.
Oh, kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy.
That's Harry Connick Jr.
Yeah, I didn't know his actual. I know who he is.
He's
as a
a
character.
fucking amazing musician. He's a jazz. He's from New Orleans. Oh my God! See, this is what I'm talking. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is what I'm talking about. Motherfuckers don't even know about real music. This is what's wrong with this generation.
Well, I know the quote from an action movie.
Yeah, but the guy himself is an amazing musician.
And I'm not saying that he's not. So, Jared looks up this amazing musician. So 30 years since Independence Day came out, and then it's been 35 years since Terminator 2 came out in theaters. That also came out on July 3rd. And I'm thinking, damn, dude. And it got me thinking about, going to the movies back in the day when it was really just such a big deal. A big
Harry
event.
Connick Jr. He's the guy that died in the beginning of. He said, "Burn the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy."
Well,
he's a very famous musician. Look at this. Multi-talented entertainer who has won Grammys, Emmys, and received Tony nominations. Come on now.
So
26 albums, brother.
So that might answer my next question for me. Was he a musician when this movie came out?
Yes. Before.
So I would think he got into he was like doing a little bit of both, possibly.
He's like a rap. He's like any rapper that went in. Now he's not a rapper, but any musician that went into acting.
Yeah, but I didn't know dude, I saw this movie 30 years ago in theaters, and I've seen it hundreds of times.
Bro,
I did not know.
You never heard of? I'm trying to remember a song that you would know. You've heard songs from him. That's crazy.
And I'm not doubting it. I'm not doubting it whatsoever.
Yeah, he's from New Orleans. That's why he was talking, burn the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy.
His name was Jimmy in the movie. Jimmy, no! And then, it sucks that he gets blown up, but Will Smith gets his revenge by blowing up the mothership with Jeff Goldblum. And who doesn't like Jeff Goldblum, right?
Not a musician. Musician.
And then I think about Terminator 2 and just the mega house of an action film that is. And just how fucking awesome it still is. See, both of these movies, and I know they're different in their own respects.
36 months ago was the first time I was able to subscribe to this channel. And you know what? If you're watching this channel, you should also subscribe to this channel.
Yes.
Whether you're on Twitch or Kick or YouTube, subscribe, like, and comment. Thank you. Carry on, RJ.
So, since we're talking about summer blockbusters, I was kind of curious as to what possibly might be your favorite summer movie that you've seen throughout your life. If you can think of something that stands out, off
Me?
yeah, yeah. Is there like like one of those summer blockbusters that you just had to see and you went and you were like, "This is fucking awesome."
I don't know. I've always just been in going to the movies. I don't know if I ever remembered it actually being a summer blockbuster. The last summer blockbuster, quote unquote, would have been the Top Gun.
Yeah, that is probably. Yeah, it's probably one of the better movies we've seen in the last couple of years. Not to knock everything that we've seen, but that movie was just, it was just bad fucking ass.
I
Dude.
was in an Uber the other day, and the guy was playing 80s music, and fucking Danger Zone came on.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking singing this shit, and I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, which one of these movies do I like more? Do I like the first one or the second one more? Because I don't know how much of the first one was actually them flying the planes.
Yeah.
But I know the second one, there was a lot of them actually flying the planes. And the technology has gotten better. So I'm torn. Because for me, the whole thing was about the planes flying in general.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big aeronautics. We talk about fucking space. Oh, we haven't gotten to that, but I want to get to that. Aeronautics, astronautics, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm big into that. So like, I was in my head like going back and forth, like which one do I like more? Still can't decide. I don't think I need to make a choice.
Yeah.
I just like them both, and it's fucking 4th of July, so I think tonight I'm gonna watch them both. I'm probably gonna fall asleep.
That's okay. I mean, that's a good 4th of July movie to watch, dude. I mean, the fucking badassery and then jet pilots. Come on.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I 100% get it.
And you can ask RJ. I was pointing out all the fucking planes and helicopters on the way back home. I'm like, hey, those are fucking CH-53s. Those are fucking. That's I forgot what the cargo plane is. 137.
That is kind of the cool thing about being in the area.
Oh yeah, I had jet planes flying over my house the other day. I was like, what the fuck? I thought I was getting bombed. PTSD for me when I hear jet fucking fighter pilot, because I know what they can do.
Yeah.
When I hear certain sounds before they're the way the engines sound before they drop shit, when I hear that like in real life,
Yeah.
it takes me back to that shit because like I'm like, wait a minute, I know what the fuck could happen right now.
Yeah.
And so that shit's scary for me for them to fly over it. I love watching them if I know they're there, but I hate hearing it and not knowing what's happening.
Yeah, no, that's I could understand that. I can definitely understand that. But no, that is kind of the cool thing about being out in the DC metro area right now.
Charge your phone, Epic.
And we're seeing all these military aircrafts, flying around the city, above the city. It looks like we saw like a flock, I guess, of helicopters kind of hovering. Looks like they were going to be making some sort of entrance, maybe over the state fair. And then we saw somebody parachuting. That
was the Army. They do that all the
while
time.
we were waiting under the tree for the Uber, we actually saw somebody parachuting in with the American flag, landing somewhere in the city, or obviously safely.
Yeah. So those were either C5M Super Galaxies, which I don't think. I'm pretty sure they were C-17s or C-130. So these are the two that I think those cargo ones that we saw. Now, let me put it up so everybody can see. Yeah. So we saw these flying around. Could be all three of these, to be honest.
It wouldn't surprise me.
What is a group of helicopters? That's a good question. Let me look that up.
Would it be considered a brigade?
No, that's troops.
Troops.
On the
Okay.
ground.
Okay. Oh, well, at least I know these words. But what?
And that's Army. That's not anything else.
That's fair. That's fair.
Helicopter. Shit. Keep going.
Well, no, I was actually kind of thinking, like, what would we call that? And I called it a flock of helicopters. But we're seeing all these military aircrafts in the area. And then to Jared's credit, the other night, I also heard some jets go over in the vicinity of where I live. And it's just like, oh man, dude, they're really going all out for this thing.
I guess it would just be a formation.
Okay. Let's see. Flight, formation, squadron, or fleet. Excuse me.
It wouldn't be a fleet. That was probably a formation. It could have been a squadron also. No. Squadron would have been way more. I don't know. I'll be honest. I don't know what that was.
That's okay. I mean, we saw it. It was cool.
Flight of 4 Apaches is so it's a flight. It would have been flight. It was 2 flights.
Okay, 2 flights of helicopters. Okay.
Yeah.
So now that we've got that all kind of figured out, with the so we're at the game, and I actually didn't mention this. So at the very beginning of the game, first pitch, we got to see the astronauts that were on the Artemis II and the Artemis III.
No, I think I was wrong on that.
Okay. But they got to throw out the ceremonial first pitch for the game. And it was just really cool to see. It's like, hey, these folks were in space not that long ago, and now they're out here throwing the first pitch on the 4th of July. Just really neat to see. And when we got here in the house, and we'll get to that here in a second, turned the TV on upstairs, and they're now somebody's interviewing them on the news. So it sounds like those folks have a busy day ahead of them and everything.
Oh no, well that's all they do now. They're done training. So yeah, it was the Artemis II guys. I already looked it up. It's ceremonial first pitch at Washington Nationals game on July 4th, 2026. Was here, let's just pull it up so everybody can see. Was NASA Commander Reed Weissman, all the Artemis II guys and girl. So everybody was there. I wish I could have met them because I've been following Christina Koch for many years on social because she was one of the first women to do that. She would actually, okay, so I think it was before that. So she was a part of the first all-woman spacewalk crew. It was because they usually do 2 at a time, and those are long. Like they're out there for 6 hours, like 6 to 8 hours.
Okay, yeah, it's
just doing repairs on the space station and shit. But before that, I'm pretty sure I started following her before that, because she did something. She was one of the longest stays in space before that, but that was years ago. But then for her to do this one now, like, because these people, they're on these missions for, like, a lot of these guys are still, some of these people are still from the space shuttle era.
okay.
They're getting a little older now. Victor's the black guy, right? He's the pilot. Victor Glover. I didn't follow him, but I know I've seen him on other missions. And Reed Weissman is the Canadian guy. It was 4 of them. Why did I think there was 3? Yeah, it was all 4 of them. So all 4 of them were there today.
Yes.
So Jeremy Henson is the Canadian, and Reed Weissman was the mission commander. I don't really know those guys because they're just like run-of-the-mill white guys. Like,
yeah.
And I say run-of-the-mill, but like,
I know what you mean. I understand. Like they're
I don't mean any derogatory thing about it, but it's like, oh, they're just, of course they're there.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
I mean, you always got to have that one group of I guess old white people, right?
Well, no, I'm not saying that.
I know.
It's just like of course they're there. It's like of course Buzz Aldrin was there. Of course fucking Neil Armstrong was there. I mean, but that's only who they let in.
Yeah,
but like. Yeah, I knew these other people just from in general.
Yeah.
I don't really know this new class for Artemis III. Now, maybe when the mission starts, I will recognize them from something. Oh no, I take that back. The guy that's from Italy, he is, and I remember watching the spacewalk, parts of it, and I've seen stuff afterward. He's the one that almost drowned while he was on a spacewalk. because there was something going on with his suit where like water was leaking into his suit, and like he was outside of the fucking International Space Station, and the water was leaking in. He was like, "Guys, I don't know what to do." Like, you're in the fucking middle of space. What are you gonna do if you fucking have water inside your shit? You can't just fucking run home.
Yeah.
Like it's a process to get back in that motherfucking space station, because they gotta do the airlock shit. They gotta fucking repressurize and all this other shit while the fucking shit's still flooding up into your fucking thing.
Yeah.
And that takes probably like a couple hours just to get back in before, like, because they got to repressurize the airlock once you get into the airlock, and then they got to fucking depressure. It's an ordeal. So, yeah. So the Italian guy that's on Artemis III, he went through some major shit, because I've been watching this shit for years.
So when is this? When is the Artemis III supposed to, I guess, take launch or flight? I guess.
I can't remember if it's 27 or 28.
Okay.
We can look it up.
Yeah. So it does look like this is happening in the relatively not.
They
too
moved
distant-
everything up because they want to get this moon base done before China does.
Dude, having a base on the moon, bro. The more
we
and
should
more,
have had it a long time ago.
Yeah.
With whatever.
I would really feel like we live in like. I would feel like we live in the Jetsons. To say,
Oh,
hey,
no.
do you guys see the moon base?
Mid to late 27.
Okay,
so next year.
So yeah, next year to
Either this time or later.
Yeah, a little into the closer to the fall months.
Yeah.
And whatnot. Okay, so we're gonna get to see another a space
But
shuttle take off.
The thing about this mission, though, here I'll pull it up. So if anybody wants to pause it, you can pause it and read it. We don't have to read it.
Oh, I guess the big thing is, not to cut you off. Is this also doing the same thing? Is it going to the moon, doing like the same trip, or is this going to be something different?
No. Well, that's why I was like, I wanted to, if you want to read this, or RJ, if you want to read it,
Yeah, sure.
This is what the mission is.
So NASA is currently targeting the Artemis III mission for launch in mid to late 2027. The mission will not attempt a lunar landing. Instead, it will serve as an orbital test in low Earth orbit to rendezvous with lunar landers built by SpaceX and Blue Origin. Okay, so it looks like it's a mission to go out and retrieve.
No.
So rendezvous. Oh, sorry. So it looks like they're going to be
first of all,
meeting.
it's French, so take off the S.
Rendezvous.
There you go.
Yeah.
You said booze.
No, I did.
Yes, you did. You said
Oh,
it twice.
if I did,
You said it twice. It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. So yes, yes and no. They're not going to the moon. No, that's the no. Yes, they are. There's a multiple phase mission. This mission is to see which one of the lunar orbiters or lunar landers is going to be the actual lunar lander, the next one. So it's kind of that's why I was saying it's kind of complicated, because they're going to launch these things, and I don't feel like explaining how SpaceX works and what they're going to do, and Blue Origin, nobody knows what they're going to do because they haven't done really anything besides take fucking Katy Perry to space.
That's right. That did happen.
Yeah. So this is I mean, they took William Shatner too,
but he's more deserving. I don't even want to say that.
I know what you're saying. But this whole thing, they're gonna go up, and all these systems are supposed to dock with the thing, and then undock, and then dock with the other thing, and then they're gonna see who does it best. I'll be real. This is probably one of the most dangerous missions, because this ain't never been done before.
Okay, so this is going to be a first time. So I know you'll be watching this like a
Oh,
hawk.
I always, you know me.
Yeah, I know, but I know this in particular will definitely have your interest. Just
That's
because
like
it's
why
never been-
everybody was clapping for the Artemis II play. I'm like, I'm not clapping, because I was clapping the whole time while they were fucking. I was with them. I was falling asleep with them on the fucking shit. When they were fucking flying, I was sleeping when they were sleeping
comfortably in your bed while they're floating around and
while they're
an
fucking
empty tube in space.
Yeah, pretty much.
A pressurized
More of a
tube.
box in space.
Well, a box does sound like it would have more space than a tube. I will say that.
Yeah.
But no, that is pretty exciting, and the fact that it's never been done before is pretty neat. I mean, we'll be
Now,
would you be so if it's a completed mission? Obviously, it'll be the first in history that this has been done.
oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah. What? Yeah, easily. Because like I said, I don't feel like going into the details of like what's gonna happen because like SpaceX, they're trying to use their Starship, which we've looked it up before how big it is, but the space in the Starship is gonna be because the whole point of it is for Starship is to go to the moon
yeah,
all the way, land on the moon. They can refuel like they're gonna build refueling stations using the ice because they can make fuel from like oxygen and water from the ice on the moon to then go to Mars. This is all theoretical. It hasn't
okay.
been proven yet. But SpaceX or the spaceship is so large that like there's mad room.
Yeah.
Again, Blue Origin, we don't really know how much space and what they're gonna bring, but then they still gotta land on this this blue. Well, it's brown. Now we actually know that it's brown,
Yeah.
brownish. So yeah, there's a lot to go into all this shit.
Oh, I'm actually pretty intrigued by this. So I will say right now I am kind of looking forward to this because
Look into it more.
yeah, just because again the fact that it's never been done before.
Matter of fact, everybody look into it more. This is historical. Even though what Artemis II did was very historical. 3 is gonna be. It's gonna tell us the trajectory of humankind and space travel, going forward.
Yeah,
That's what I think. That now that I'm thinking about it and saying it, that's what this mission is pretty much.
So this will be really cool to see, obviously unfold in real time when it does occur. If God rest his soul, if my dad was around, he would probably be really into this stuff. My dad was
Your dad was a Star Trek fan, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
My dad definitely liked
Seems
Star
like
Trek.
it.
Yeah, he definitely because when I was a kid, sometimes for his birthdays, not every year, but my grandma would get him a telescope, like a new telescope. So we would set it up out on the deck, and he would point at certain things, and we would look through it, and he was genuinely pretty fascinated by it. It's not something he talked about all the time. But granted, if it was like,
if he's got his own telescope, yeah, he was into that.
Yeah, he was pretty into that stuff, and I don't know if see, I think what it is at the same time is a lot of the major.
Your generation didn't really grow up with it like mine did.
Yeah, and so like I know a lot of that stuff. The moon landing happened when my dad was young, and all this. So it was obviously a big deal. It still is a big deal. But it's progressed so much. And
We had, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, you're good.
But I wasn't around for the moon landing, but that was still kind of a big part of like the curriculum in school.
Yeah.
And the shuttle program was huge when I was a kid because that was in the 80s. And then like you got to remember, I watched the fucking Challenger blow up in school.
Yeah,
and it was all on the news all night long.
Yeah.
You know how the news used to be like.
Yeah.
You get home, you do your homework. Later on, you eating dinner. The news comes on.
Yeah.
And guess what was on fucking TV? The Challenger blowing up all fucking night.
Yeah. No. But you're right that old school. The news is just all over the place now. It's not just like the 10 p.m.
Yeah, we don't
news.
have to get into all that.
But what I was gonna say is that just. I don't remember, again, a time when I was in school or in the 90s when space exploration was really at a peak.
Now,
Not to say that they weren't doing things.
And I'll say this. I think your teachers did you a disservice because the International Space System, let's put it this way. When I was learning about earth science, 9th grade earth science, the International Space Station wasn't even in space yet.
Yeah.
Was it then? Maybe they had just started. But anyway, the shuttle program was a huge part of getting those pieces to space and putting them together and having this thing like And now kids grow up like, oh, we have a international space station. Yeah, motherfucker. There was a time humans didn't live in space 24/7 hours a day.
Yeah.
And I think like the educational system just fucking like fell off of that shit. Like, how are you not showing these kids that humans live in space 24 hours a day?
I am kind of curious as to how, if they even remotely teach anything like that in regular school anymore.
I'm curious too.
That's actually a good.
No, I guarantee you it's different now. I guarantee. Well, I don't want to say. I don't know. I'm curious to ask anybody who has kids, anybody out there who has kids that are still in school. Do they even teach them? Are they watching the Artemis I? NASA has a 24/7 YouTube channel. They've had it. Shit, they had a channel on TV, on cable when I was growing up, and I used to watch that shit. I used to watch the International Space Station just fucking for hours, and like what? Like I just don't understand, bro. Like, you know, I don't know what I'm saying, but
No. I get it, and it's also because it's something you grew up with, and in terms of just the overall knowledge and impact that space exploration, one, already has, and two, what it could potentially do, I think it's more than obvious that some of this stuff should be taught, even if it's not in bulk, to some level of degree. It's just like, hey, you know, we landed on the moon way back when your grandparents were born, you know.
yeah.
And then we did this, and now we're doing this. So
But then there's all that bullshit of like, oh no, we didn't actually land on the moon. The Earth is flat. Like,
I would, you know what's crazy? It wouldn't surprise me, since you said that notion of we didn't land on the moon has somehow affected them teaching it in school to a degree.
Oh no, well, bro, they're trying to get rid of the fucking Department of Education. Like, come on.
We're all dumb.
Well, we've been dumbed down for a long time. No Child Left Behind fucked a lot of children that should have been left behind got pushed forward.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. But no, I'm with you, and I know why it frustrates you. It's just like with me when I know this is going to sound really silly, and I didn't think too much into it, but I thought it was kind of irresponsible for some reason, is when they stopped teaching cursive writing in school.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Don't get me started on that shit.
I actually found it very irresponsible. Not that I write in cursive.
No, you don't have, but you should be able to read it.
Yeah, you should be able to read it.
You know,
You should be able to write it to a degree.
you know where the thing that I thought, I came across this recently. The fact that basically, I saw it on TikTok and it made me think, and I forgot that they had stopped teaching it. And at first, when I heard they were going to stop teaching it, I was like, oh, well, fucking, we don't need it because everything's computers. Blah, blah, blah. What people don't take into account is the Constitution was written in cursive. We want to talk about Independence Day. The Constitution of the United States of America was written in cursive. And this generation that's coming up cannot read it. Think about that.
Yeah.
Is that by design or what?
Yeah, that's well, damn, dude, since you put it like that. Yeah, that even pisses me off even more. And again, and I think the reason I kind of felt that way initially is because when I was in grade school, just like everybody else, I was really into reading and I was really into writing.
I could not wait to get to third grade and learn how to write in cursive.
Yeah, it was cool. Learning to write in cursive was cool because it's like, oh, look at me style my letters and shit. Yeah, like, so
I don't care, bro. Look. Literally, the whole time we've been on doing this show, and I'm looking over here, and I can clearly read what that says. I guarantee you, there's some kids who can't read that.
Yeah, and that's a shame, and that's why when I found that out, I don't want to say like outraged, but I was like, yo, this is kind of irresponsible, dude.
Yeah,
like,
it's the No Child Left Behind shit.
It stinks, and that is probably the one thing I can think of in at least modern school curriculum that I know that they don't teach anymore, that and I'm just like, yo, why are you doing that? Like, you're handicapping these kids when you don't do that.
Yeah,
and you don't have to write in cursive every day, but you got to learn how to sign your name. You got to
least know how.
Gotta learn
No, they don't have to know how to sign their name. When you sign for something electronically, how do you do it?
Yeah, you just check a box or something like that.
No. How do you, when you have to sign your name electronically, how would you do it?
With my finger in cursive.
Yeah, but would it be legible?
I would try to make it legible.
Oh, no. Because it doesn't matter.
Well, no, to a degree, I make sure that the first initial and my last initial are like are very prominent. The rest of it, I can, if depending on the way I write it, I feel like you would be able to slightly decipher at least my first name. My last name is not too common, so
Nobody reads signatures. I'll be real with you.
no. Well, here, shit, doctors just
Here,
sign
I'll
shit.
pull up Lewis Hamilton's signature right now. Because this is a recognizable person. He's a fucking knight of the fucking United Kingdom or England, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'll pull his up real quick. Hold on one second.
So Jared's pulling that up, and since we're talking about like handwriting and things of this nature, I had a guy come in to my job this past week. He was picking up his vehicle, very sharply dressed guy, like looks like a big wig that holds meetings, and he had this giant stature. Like, how are you today? And I was like, yeah, man, could you sign this for me? This gentleman who looks like he makes way much more money than I do, dude, his his penmanship was so bad, it actually genuinely shocked me. I thought this guy was about to pull out the ink pen. I mean, it looked like chicken scratch.
Yeah, okay.
It was just so random. I was slightly taken aback.
You're expecting too much from people.
I'm not. I just
You are. This is Lewis Hamilton's fucking signature right here. Yeah, exactly. So you're expecting, this is a fucking 7-time world champion F1 driver, and you're expecting the guy that comes to your dealership to fucking give you a fucking perfect penmanship signature?
No. I'm not expecting any type of perfect.
Where's the fucking L? Where's the H?
I could
Shut the fuck up. You're lying.
It looks nice. I'll say
It looks nice, but that's not how his name is spelled.
That's so crazy, dude. So
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
all right. So that's fair. All right. So you don't have to necessarily put your name when you sign for a signature, or make it legible because nobody really reads them. They just.
But can a fucking youngin read that? And no, you guys can't see what we're looking at, but there's a bag over there that says, "Have yourself," in regular writing, a Merry in cursive, Little Christmas in cursive. I guarantee you, because I've seen videos on TikTok where they're showing people, wait, can you read this? They can't read it.
Yeah,
Gen Z cannot read that shit. And don't even ask Gen Alpha because they're.
I didn't even know there was a Gen Alpha.
There is Gen Alpha. They're my little cousins are Gen Alpha.
Dear God. Well, like what comes after that? Bravo?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, yeah. We're
Gen
starting.
Z.
Yeah. We're starting over again.
I was I was Gen X technically /Y.
All right.
And you're Y.
Why?
Yeah. So then Z and then Alpha starts. I don't know where the boomers came from, but I don't know. The boomers were, what's before X?
I don't know. I've always called them boomers.
I know, but what's the letter before X?
X, Y,
W?
W, yeah. Yeah, WX. Yeah, WXYZ, yeah.
Yeah. I guess.
Gen W? I've never heard it as referred to that.
War?
War? I mean, that's the only notation that, like, would make me think that. It's like, well, there was a lot of that happening at that time.
Yeah, they had a lot.
But no, if anything, I've never heard them referred to as that. I would think boomer is more.
No, it was baby boomers.
Baby boomers, yeah, there we go.
They had the most kids.
And so.
And now we don't have kids.
Yeah, it's all fucked up. Don't have a house. Don't have kids.
Well, because they stole all the money. The baby boomers stole all the money from the babies. Hold on, let me put that camera on me so I can put that quote me. The baby boomers stole all the money from their babies. And now they can't give money to their babies. And they can't give money to their babies.
Yeah, unless you sell your ass online, like the people that we were showing earlier.
Yeah, but then they can't have babies because nobody wants to fuck up.
An internet, an Instagram model. There we go.
There you go. I put the camera on you. So
no. Well, it is on me. So it is on me. Yeah, but it's all ass backwards. Like everything's all ass backwards. But dude, that's
Blame it on the boomers.
got to blame it on somebody because it stinks too because like I was having this conversation at work with one of my coworkers the other day.
Wait, I don't. Fuck. I had a thought about something at the game that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, go ahead, bro.
So there was this point in the game where the baseball game we went to today, where they were like, "Yeah, so let's celebrate the 250." What inning was that when they said that?
250. I think it was before the game. Are you talking about when
It
they
was
brought
like
the
fifth inning or some shit.
when they brought the flag out?
No, that's the beginning of the game.
Oh, or you talking about when they did God Bless America?
No, because I went to the bathroom there.
So those are the only two things I can think of.
No, there was something else in the middle. Anyway, everybody was standing up, and they was like, let's celebrate the 250th birthday of America. And I was like, I'm not standing for this. Like, it's just, in my head, it was just like, this doesn't feel right for me to celebrate the 250th for America, for all people, because at a certain time, there was certain people that weren't able to celebrate. Not even just slaves, indigenous people at the same time. And while everybody was standing up for whatever doing, I forgot which one it was. It wasn't God Bless America. It was another one in the middle.
Those are the only I can think of. The flag, the big flag.
But
that
then
but
there was another time everybody stood up, and I was just like, yeah, what was it?
No, do you know what it was? I know what you're talking about. That's when I actually went up to go get more drinks, and I came back, and my sister was like, "Oh, they're gonna sing, like the Star Spangled Banner." Like, yeah, it was like maybe in the middle.
It couldn't have been the Star Spangled Banner is the national anthem.
I know that, but that's when I was like, okay, like what's happening here? And people were standing,
Yeah.
and then we all ended up just sitting back down. So I was like I don't know what was happening.
And then they did the USA, whatever. But anyway, my point was, everybody was standing up. As soon as he said, yeah, we're celebrating the 250th of all Americans, or whatever the fuck he said, and I was like, I'm not standing for this because they didn't stand for us. And then I look over and I saw other black people not standing, and we're like all looking around. Like, wait, we're not, what are we doing right now? Like, are we hearing what we're doing right now? So it was just, it's funny, like, because I was talking about that connection that black people have that we don't even know we have. It makes more sense in my head than it makes.
No, it makes perfect sense. But I also like to think in the same thought process that, I know that a lot of horrible things have happened in the past.
I think the way he said it, it was like celebrating the 250th of liberty or freedom for whatever. The way he said it, and everybody was like, I'm telling you, I saw other black people like, what? Like this, and then I'm thinking about like indigenous. Oh yeah, you did come back, because that's the moment you came back. I was thinking about, well, wait a minute, what about the indigenous people who were disenfranchised? Oh yeah, because you said something about colonization.
Oh yeah, when I got back. No, that was before. That was way before that, I think.
Was no.
Nah, I think that was like closer to the second inning when we actually went upstairs to go get the drinks the first time.
No. That was later. You said something about taking over or some shit, and I was like, "Oh, really?" Doesn't matter. There was just a lot of stuff that was going through my head today, and I can't put it into words that people can understand unless they were in my shoes. Nah, there's no point. Whatever. Yeah. Shout out to everybody, all two of you that came out to Magoobies on what's the day?
The 4th.
Yesterday, the 2nd.
No, that was Wednesday.
Okay, so it's the
Thursday.
Thursday. Came out to Magoobies on Thursday to see me do some comedy. I forgot that it was a competition when I got there. And they were like, yeah, it's a competition. I'm like, oh well, shit. But I had a day before. I think if I had eaten that day, and if I did not have Jiffy Lube put a hole. Jiffy Lube in Springfield, fuck you. You put a hole in my exhaust, and I'll put pictures up on this motherfucker. Yeah. So you fucking screwed my whole day. All I wanted was an oil change and a haircut. A barber couldn't get me in to get a haircut, so I had to wear a hat on stage.
Sorry, the hat looks good on you.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
And yeah, so I had an entire fucked up day. Oh, and then I had to go deal with getting registration done with my mom's car and deal with my mom's shit, and still had to figure out how to drive to fucking Timonium, Maryland, which is 2 hours fucking away from me.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where in Maryland? I don't even think I've ever heard of that place.
It's like they got a rare metal named after them or some shit. I don't know, Timonium. Who the fuck goes out there? Anyway, I did decent. Got third place.
That's good.
I could have got better. The guy that got first went right before me. So for me to even get called back on stage right after he fucking murdered, I think it's still a big accomplishment. I don't know, man. I need to build an audience. I need I need motherfuckers to actually support, like, follow me on my social media. God damn, bro. This is getting old.
Follow, like, and share, so all of you can see it. No, but I'm still super proud of you for getting third place. And you didn't know it was a competition. I think not knowing that and getting third says a lot.
I forgot that it was a competition.
Well,
I think I read it in the email, but it was like, to me, it was just like another showcase. But then they were like, oh, yeah, it's a competition. I'm like, yeah.
Well, shit, dude. Put it this way. If you can acknowledge that the guy that won did a good job, all right, and he wins.
Yeah, he was murdering.
Yeah, and he wins.
But I think I could have done better, though. If I was...
Well, now you know.
Had eaten, I think I could have done better.
Yeah, no, but still, granted, everything that you're saying and still coming in third place, I still think says a lot, dude. That says a whole ton.
Yeah.
You had a shitty day. You didn't get your hair cut. You had to do all this crazy shit. There's a hole in your exhaust. You get there like, oh, my God, how am I going to compete? Like, I didn't know that, or I forgot about it. And you go up there and you're still in the top three, dude. I know, it's like, oh, third place, that's not winning, dude. That, based upon what you're telling me, that sounds like a hell of a win for
and
the
other
day
thing,
you had.
And the other thing, the crowd wasn't there for me. Same thing as Gotham. Like, these they weren't there for me. I had, apparently I had three people. I don't know who the third person was, but some people brought like fucking one dude. Because the more people you bought, the more time you got, up to 8 minutes.
Yeah.
But one dude brought like fucking 15 people or some shit.
Yeah, so even better. So now this is more of a popularity contest at this point.
Oh, no, at that, okay, so let's put it this way. The three judges are the ones who, and they're just people probably who worked in the club. They're the ones who determined who the three were.
Okay.
And then the crowd determined who the winner was by volume level. And again, like you said, it's a popularity contest at that point. But I mean, I could have used that $100.
Yeah, $100 is $100, but you are richer in spirit.
Although I will say this, the people, and she'll probably be on the show in the next couple of weeks. Christina and Paul came through. They ended up winning free tickets to another show, whatever show they want to go to.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was cool. It was like they came out to support and they got fucking free tickets. So that's cool for them.
No. And shout out to those guys. Always super awesome to have either one of them on the show. Always fun. And so I'm going to steer us back to the Uber ride home. So we're looking at all the helicopters, all the artillery, I don't want to say artillery, sorry, the aircrafts in the air. And then we still have this one minor convenience. How are we going to get indoors to do this podcast? Inconvenience. How are we going to do that to get to this podcast? So without giving away too much information, Jared was like, hey.
For once.
Why don't we try this? And to Jared's credit, he nailed it first try. And we are in here. Everybody is in the AC. I can almost promise you, dude. When
the whole shit went down on the way there, I was like, I didn't want to interject. That was, to me, that felt like
I was waiting for you to turn around and be like, "Shut up, white motherfuckers."
I wouldn't have said that.
Nah.
But I was like, I wanted to be like, look, everybody, shut the fuck up. We're gonna watch a baseball game. You were holding it together like that. You were holding it together.
Yeah, like what are we gonna do? We're in an Uber on the highway.
Exactly.
Like, we're gone.
We're already in the fucking midst of things. Let's handle the shit. But I think that's, and I probably talk about this a lot. Like that's how guys handle stuff. The women, they're gonna immediately go to, oh my God, the fucking sky's falling.
Yeah, my cat's never gonna eat again.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude, the worst.
So
the worst.
So for you handling or managing that helped. I was not going to get involved because, again, that's not my place. But that's why when I did find a point, I was like, all right, so let's think about this logically.
Yes, logically.
Is the thing where it is?
Yes.
No, it's not. Okay. Then we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. And we did. And thanks to Jared for being a patriot, making this podcast possible. Jared, I'm going to hold up the flag for you. Oh, look at our little. Look at
I'm not a
flag.
patriot. I'm just a.
He's a patriot. Don't let
just
him.
A logical thinker.
Don't let him skew you with his his wild thinking.
My flag is drooping. Like, it's like half staff.
I almost feel like we need like a little fan to blow on it, so it's that way it looks like it's blowing.
I
in the
gotta
wind
hold it up here
and whatnot. But before we get out of here, Jared's just whacking the flag. That's not how we display Old Glory.
I'm just waving it. I'm just waving the flag.
You should make that the thumbnail. So anyway, before we let you guys enjoy your holiday, and we hope that you do, I just want to touch real quick on my achievement hunting journey. Okay.
Oh God.
This will take 30 seconds of time.
Yeah, please, because it's time to go.
So I was happily able to unlock all Final Fantasy VII Rebirth achievements last weekend. All right. And then the last couple days, I have been attempting to finish a game I started years ago because I had 3 achievements left in them. And guess what, baby? Back for Blood, you are toast. Got 2
news for you. That means you're gay.
2 of the hardest achievements in the game. I only have 1 remaining that we'll be unlocking tonight, and that is another completion. Done. So I guess it's that point in time where I remind you guys you can catch us anywhere you get your podcasts.
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
That is Apple Music, Spotify, all that good stuff. Every Monday at 9 a.m. sharp for the visual on YouTube, and every Saturday evening here on the Purple and Green. That is Twitch and Kick. That is right.
Leroy
I completely forgot we had that one,
I
dude.
did too.
All right, so we want you guys to have a happy, safe 4th of July. Please, if you blow something up, make sure
what is it? What July?
4th of July.
Oh,
I know I'm over here. I'm having an aneurysm. It was from the heat. I'm having heat stroke right here on the show live.
I gotta go back out in that bitch.
Whatchamacallit. But no, guys, have a happy holiday, and we will see you guys next week.
Let's do this.
All right?
See y'all next week. Hold on, let me fucking get back. I'm a little buzzed right now.
An hour? What am I supposed to do with the mad scientist for an hour?
You know, tamper in God's domain.
Peace. Since RJ said I didn't do it last week.
You didn't.
Hit you so hard you won't see nothing. Ever, 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 ever.
Audio skulls all day.
The merit scientist forever. The merit scientist forever. The merit scientist forever. The merit scientist forever.
You can't have an opinion on something that you haven't even tried.
Exactly.
The merit scientist